Hey people of YouTube, my name is NFS Beast. Today I want to talk with you all on what I want to see in Saints Row 5. Now, I had recently played Saints Row 1, 2, and the third on my Xbox One. I personally loved the first two the best. They had a really nice and serious gang focus, mixed in with some laughably funny moments here and there. The third Saints Row I also like, but not as much as the first two because it basically birthed such concepts like the stag bike for GTA to copy off of. Saints Row the third also was less dark and more lighter in tone than the first two games. I personally despised Johnny Gat being killed off. Without further rambling on, let's begin on what Saints Row 5 should have. So people say that Saints Row 3 and 4 gave the series their own identity, but in my opinion, the first two games had been released first. Those games had more to do with the rise of the Saints street gang, and you rising to the top, becoming that gang's leader, all while wiping out the enemy gangs. The first two Saints Row games also had plenty of dark moments, and that in my opinion is what Saints Row 5 should have. I also want to point out that GTA San Andreas was probably the only GTA in which you were a street gang member, killing the ballas and rising to the top of the criminal world. There were two Saints Row games that had this similar theme. It would be awesome for Saints Row 5 to have that dark criminal aspect to it because there are plenty of people who would want that, myself included. Saints Row 3 was probably the last ever game I play in the series because Saints Row 4 was too wacky and over the top. You had all these aliens and power-ups and it didn't feel anything like the first two Saints Row games. I refuse to play Saints Row 4 or even bring that as canonical to the three initial Saints Row games. So a dark and serious tone would be great for Saints Row 5 to go back to for the series' roots, and that would be awesome because a lot of people would like that. The Saints Row series have some very okay at best car and truck handling, but the bike handling isn't really that great. For Saints Row 5, I'd love to see an improvement or even an overhaul in the vehicle handling. I just want the vehicles to handle less boatish and more like something out of Midnight Club perhaps, or even like an arcade racer. I'd also love for vehicles to be flipped back up in case if you had overturned them. That was a problem in the series because there were times in which I go off-road and then I get the car flipped. So an option to bring the car back on the road and right side up would be very recommended. In my opinion, I would love to see some old characters return. Bring Johnny back, bring Shandy, Pierce, Dex, Lynn, all those characters in a reboot of sorts. Also, why not bring back the old gangs from the first and second Saints Row games? It would really be awesome to fight the Ronin again, or any gang from the past. Just my thoughts. So first I'd like to mention that Saints Row has an advantage over GTA San Andreas in which you could keep cars in a garage and never lose them forever, unlike GTA. I'd love for an icon on the map to represent the vehicle that you own so you don't lose it on the streets, wherever you go. Also, what would be awesome is the return of street racing into the Saints Row franchise. It was in the first two games, why not in the fifth? Also, bring in a street racing themed business like a garage, mod shop, etc. Just add even more to the variety. There also should be a race editor in Saints Row 5 so that you can make your own races. I thought that could be a good idea. So there should be plenty of races in Saints Row 5. There should be heists in Saints Row 5 that pay a lot of money. There should be bank and casino robberies that are available to do in Saints Row 5. Obviously, this is Saints Row and not GTA, so the payouts of successful heists should be a lot higher. You should also be able to do these heists solo and with a friend if you want. That would be amazing, in my opinion. Saints Row 3 barely had any heists, and that was a medium letdown. These were the things that came up in my head that I want to see in Saints Row 5. If you have anything to add on or say, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. There was obviously a lot more to list, but this video would be too long. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a big blue thumbs up and subscribe if you want to consider supporting this channel. My name is NFS Beast, enjoying the heck out of Saints Row 3 Remastered, and peace out, peeps.